Could do with some Christmas lights on that tree, really. Well, I've got a Christmassy mug. Merry Christmas to one and all. Right, hello, welcome back to another video. I hope you did enjoy the first two videos of the London Card Show. This is technically going to be a third video, which is going over my pickups, basically. So my pickups, my sales, my trades. In relation to pickups, there actually wasn't any, which is kind of mad. I did pick up a Saka to 399. I'll stick it up on screen. A pretty basic card. I did feel like going to the London Card Show, I did want to buy something. So I think I bought it for like a £5 or something. Don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I'm probably overpaid, but you know, Saka, star boy. Right, let's go through. I've got them on my phone here. The pickups. Now, obviously, some of them you would have seen in the video. So if you haven't seen the first video, I'll link it up on screen. Yep. If you haven't seen the second video, I'll link it up on screen. Okay. After this video, or maybe pause this video, open up a new tab so that you don't ruin my engagement. Go and watch the other videos and then come back to this video. So in the first video, we did do a sale. It was the first sale of the day. It was two cards. It was the Jude Bellingham to 99 Steve Aoki PSA 9. Sticker price was 90 quid. And a Jude Bellingham Sapphire edition. So I did do a trade for the Jude Bellingham Sapphire edition. I got out, and I'll stick this up on screen as well. I got out of a Zidane card that for some reason I just couldn't sell. I think it was the second or third year. It was in the Juventus kit. I think it was like a PSA 8 from memory. A decent grade, to be fair. Stickers are hard to grade with PSA. So I traded that. It was a straight trade, I think, for the Jude Bellingham. I was into the Zidane quite low as it was. It was a sticker that I picked up in like 2019. So I did get it really, really cheap. So yeah, I was probably into that sticker for about 40 quid, something like that. Then I traded up to the Jude Bellingham, which I then got sticker price 134. PSA 10 Sapphire Rookie. It's crazy how much the base Sapphires are doing, but that is comps, so you can't argue with comps. Comps go both ways sometimes. People want to show you really low comps, and then other times comps don't really make sense, but the value's there, so why not? If there's consistent comps, that's what the price is. Okay, next up. We did, for the second sale, we did two of the Ellis Sims rookie cards. Now, I picked this up from DGen. It was on Whatnot. I paid too much. One was to 23. One was a gold to 10. They were the certified, I think they are. Panini certified, so they come out of the Panini Chronicles. He was a good up-and-coming young English striker for Everton. He's now playing at Coventry. I don't believe he's playing that well, or he hasn't really kicked on. I had sticker prices of 35, and the guy showed me some horrific comps. So I don't even think we got half of that for both of them, which is crazy, but comps are comps. I mean, there was a white Contra to 9 that sold for like $5 or something. So yeah, Ellis Sims market, not great. But this is what you do. When you gamble on players that you've seen a couple of good games on, the worldwide hobby, you've got to think of the worldwide hobby, doesn't always appreciate some of these footballers. And then, let's be honest, they're not going to be the next Musiala, and they're not going to be the next Jude Bellingham. They're not going to be the next Messi, Ronaldo. So sometimes these are the risks that you take. Now, this was quite a cool trade that I'm going to put up on screen now. And if I keep looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone just to make sure I get all of the trades in this video. Now, this was a joint trade with Joe. I keep calling him Jojo JMS, but I'm pretty sure it's now JJJ Cards. So make sure you go and follow him. He was in the first video. We did a pack battle, or a box battle even, of a Leaf autograph card. He absolutely wiped the floor with me with his auto. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. But we did a joint deal. So this guy had I think it was about 80 quid to spend, somewhere around there. And he was like, I'm looking for Messi and Ronaldo cards. I'm interested in a card in your case, towards me. And I'm interested in a card in your case, towards Joe. So we managed to put this sort of bundle together, and then Joe gave me the price of my card, and then he kept the rest. And it was a pretty cool lot, to be honest. So we had a 2018 Leaf Soccer Immortal Collection, Lionel Messi. He basically saw the comp that I paid for it because I bought it fairly recently. And I just said, look, I don't really want to break even on this because I feel like I could get a tenner's profit, but I think I made a £5 out of it. So you make your money, profit's profit, and you move on. So I was pretty happy with that. And then Joe traded away a 2009 Mundi Chromo Messi, a 2010 Mundi Chromo Cristiano Ronaldo, and a 2011 Cristiano Ronaldo. So Cristiano Ronaldo Real Madrid kit, Messi in the looks like a Spain kit, but it's clearly not because he's Argentinian. But it must have been a Barca kit, and then another one in the Barca kit from me. So that was pretty good. Good way to kind of do a co-trade or co-sale. I don't think I've ever done that before, so that was nice. I enjoyed that. What else did we do? Next up, so we did a sale for 2 cards. Now, I want to give you kind of I'm not going to give you the full story, but I would highly, highly recommend you look into 2 of these players. So Roger Mila was one of them. It was a rookie sticker. I think the £5 was actually good value for that, for his rookie sticker. But the condition of the sticker wasn't that great. So, yeah, I mean, that's the reason why we sold it for a £5. Roger Mila, check out, I think it's Italian 90. I'm pretty sure that this is a Spania 82, but I think it was Italian 90. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please not be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I am right. Is where he had this crazy tournament. So if you Google or YouTube Roger Mila, there's a documentary that FIFA did on it. It's like a 5-10 minute documentary. Fuck it, I'll link it up on screen here. It's that good. So give that a watch. Roger Mila, you might want a rookie card after watching that video. I certainly did. So I went out and bought one. I paid pretty low for it anyway. Probably broke even on it. And then the other sticker that we sold is Andreas Escobar. Now, if I'm going to link you another documentary, I won't link it because it's not on YouTube, but you can go and find it. I'm pretty sure it's on Disney Plus if you have it. And it's called The Two Escobars. So if you don't know about Andreas Escobar, he was actually murdered after scoring an own goal for Colombia. And The Two Escobars is a documentary. It's an ESPN 30 for 30 where they follow Pablo Escobar and Andreas Escobar. Hopefully mentioning Pablo Escobar's name isn't going to get me demonetized or something. But there we go. Give those 2 documentaries a watch. Really, really good. Highly recommend them. I love a sports documentary. If you want any more recommendations, I think I do have a YouTube video on my favorite sports cars, and not sports cars, but sports documentaries. So that was that. It was actually pretty cool to sell those 2 cards together because of the stories behind both of those players. Also, I didn't mention this in the video. Shout out to the London Card Show. That pizza, I'm going to stick it up on screen now, was biblical. That pizza was insane. It was like a stone-baked pizza. They had this pesto aioli dip that was to die for. My word. Mark at the Milton Keynes Card Show, Sports Card Social, had some crazy, crazy food trucks. The gyrios, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Greek, like kebab wrap with chips in it. Insane. London Card Show stepped up the game. I believe they did have this stone-baked pizza last year. I didn't get any. This year I did. I'd highly recommend it. If you're going to the London Card Show, get the pizza. You heard it from me. Unreal. Nothing to do with trades, but I just wanted to throw that one in there. Also, we did do a sale of a Mickey Mouse card. It's one I picked up on Whatnot. It was just PSA 9. I mean, for 20 quid. I think the guy did try and give me did try and negotiate, but I feel like PSA 9 Disney card with Mickey Mouse on it for 20 quid. I couldn't go much lower than that. I probably should have priced it at 25 and then accepted 20. I do get in the habit of actually pricing cards at what I want to sell it for. So a big tip for you, if you're setting up at a card show, make sure you price cards a little bit above what you actually want to get for it. And also check comps as well. If you want to get 200 for it and comps are consistently 100, don't be that guy. But you catch my drift on that one. Pat Grip did a lovely trade plus cash deal for a Trevor Lawrence card. So if you haven't seen his video, make sure you check that out. I'm linking so many videos. This is crazy. Now, also, we did do a trade with Craig at, I'm going to have to get this, Northern Sports Cards. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure that is his name. Friend of the hobby for a long, long time. Sorry, I'm sick as a dog. I think this is the problem when you do London Card Show and you're doing all the handshaking and stuff. You get down with the sickness, as that band once said. Can't think of their name. Banger, but I can't remember who sang it off the top of my head. Right, this was the trade. So we've got a Saka Asia exclusive Peacock select field level from this year. We got a Michael Elise to 10 Immaculate and a Ollie Watkins to 10 match worn, I think it was, patch from National Treasures. For this Wayne Rooney select to 99 PSA 10. Comps were a little bit higher than what he had, so I do think that Craig probably did win out of the deal. However, I don't necessarily think, in terms of like quick cash, Craig probably did do slightly better out of the deal. However, it's not every day that you're going to come across 2015 Select, which is the first year of Select, if you don't know that, for soccer, football. PSA 10, Wayne Rooney to 99. Not always the easiest grades, those. So I think it's like pop 4. So I was pretty happy with that. It's a card I wanted, so I was happy to chuck some cool cards away. And he's a big England collector as well. So all of those cards or two of the cards were in the England shirt. He didn't have Ollie Watkins in the England shirt, and I think he said he might have had a Saka, but the Peacock is a beautiful card anyway. Now, let's get on to trade night. There was some crazy cards at trade night. Shout out to Max, who is a Canadian guy who lives in Croatia. He has one of the craziest Alphonso Davies collections I've ever seen. You may have seen Max in Germany before. You may have seen Max at other card shows. It was good to meet him and see some of his cards, which I'll chuck up on the screen. He had the Parashia, Parashia, I think that's how you say it, something like that. Alphonso Davies Future Stars. He had the Parashia, Jonathan David, one of one that I don't think I would have actually. I don't think I'd ever see that card, so that was pretty cool. And then he also had the Bundesliga Future Stars as well. Now, I did mention this trade in the video, so I won't go too much in detail on this because I did actually mention it on the day 2 vlog. But we did do quite a big trade for a Messi, a Neymar, a Jude Bellingham, for a Colour Blast Mbappe. So I still have the Colour Blast Mbappe. I might take it to the National. I am going to the National. I've booked hotel and flights already. So I'm pretty excited to go to Cleveland, Ohio for the National. So that was a pretty cool trade, which I think we both did fairly well out of. Again, another one I mentioned in the video, a Gareth Bale 2016 Spectra for a little bit of cash plus an Mbappe Japan orange to 25 PSA 9. Day 2. Let's have a look. What did we do on day 2? Okay, so we did a nice little sale for the Bobby Moore Velida back. It was the 1966 sticker, one of my favourite stickers of all time. Bobby Moore just looks like an absolute G. We did it for 40 quid. 40 quid I think is pretty cheap for a PSA 6. However, the slab was cracked. I did accidentally put the slab on my floor and stand on it. Don't do that, kids. Don't put slabs on the floor and stand on them. It's probably not a good idea. I'm fine. The slab wasn't. So yeah, 40 quid. Can't do much about that. He'd probably have to crack it and resend it. Unfortunately, the guy did actually say, which is quite... I felt quite bad. He needed a PSA 6. He wanted specifically a PSA 6, and the slab was slightly cracked. So, you know. We also did, this was probably the biggest trade of day 2, my Eminence João Felix on-card auto to 10, which I picked up in Germany. Alexander Arnold refractor from 2018 Panini Prism, plus a tiny little bit of cash for my first ever Neymar auto. So this is a Neymar match-worn patch auto from National Treasures, the Qatar 2022 National Treasures, and it was numbered to 25. There was 3 consistent comps at $500, all of which were from the same seller, all of which were not paid for, which is crazy. But I think we were probably around sort of, in terms of value and other cards that are sort of similar, yeah, his price wasn't that bad. I think it was a £320 sticker price. So, yeah, was pretty happy with that. And actually wasn't that much cash put on top. So I do feel like that was a good trade for me. João Felix has definitely got upside as like a youngster. He seems to be doing quite well for Barcelona, scored in the Champions League this week. But I think Neymar's Neymar. Is João Felix going to have the career that Neymar's had? That's up for you to decide, or that's up to... Well, we don't know. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? I think he's a very, very good player, but Neymar's career has been, although plagued by injuries, a pretty good one. You can't really argue that Neymar is one of the most talented players of our generation, and to have a match-worn patch auto, I know it's not on-card, but when you get on-card Neymar autos, the price starts to get silly. You're way off. So, yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I don't actually have the card in hand. Jim was walking around, Jim Sports Cards, shout out, was walking around the Sunday, so I did just give it straight to him. So that was pretty cool. We also got out of a few Di Stefano cards. So shout out Bogan Peachy, I think is the full name. He actually showed me, and I'll put it up on the screen again because it was in the second video, but I'll link it here. The Jude Bellingham Musiala on-card auto to 10 out of Inception. He actually got it in a break. Absolutely insane. I asked him how much he wanted for it. Not that I was going to buy it, but I just said out of interest. He didn't even know. It's that crazy of a card. I think he only just got it. And he thought he lost it as well. He was rummaging around in his bag. Eventually he found it, but my heart was like this when he thought he'd lost it, because you don't want to lose a card like that. Blimey. So I got out 2 Di Stefano cards because he's a Real Madrid fan. I'll give you the names of them. It was a 1968 to 69 Mira, Alfredo Di Stefano, Tutti Calciatori, 50 quid, very good PSA 3. And the other one was a sticker Verlag from also 1963. Now, I traded both of those straight trades. So one was 40, one was 35 for the Enzo on-card auto in the Argentina shirt. It was out of that Argentina box that came out. Can't remember the name of it, but you know the one. And then also out of this year's finest, a Moments Inzaghi auto. So I've never actually owned an auto of either Enzo Fernandez or Inzaghi. And again, I don't have both of those in hand. They look pretty good, so I sent them off to Jim for grading, or pre-grading and then grading. But I think he said they look good, so yeah. And I think, oh no, one more. Shout out to Cal. He hasn't got like a YouTube channel or anything. I don't know if he wants me to shout out his Instagram, but Cal is a fellow Fulham fan, and he bought this Anthony Robinson pink shimmer, which is a case hit, I think, out of the first off the line Chronicles box, and it's numbered to 19. It was a PSA 10. I think we did 40 quid on it, something like that. So yeah, pretty happy with that. To end this video, I wanted to kind of blimey, this is 20 minutes. To end this video, shout out to Soccer Cards United, one of the greatest podcasts of all time. Up there with Joe Rogan, in my opinion. They had two cards which were quite upsetting to me, right next to each other, and I'll put them up on screen. And the reason being is I had a bad experience with both of these cards. To see both of these cards next to each other in a case was kind of crazy, and I'll tell you why. Now, I'll put a picture up on screen of both of them on my end so that you can see them properly. But let's start. We'll go left to right. Cantona. So that's a 1991 Panini Foot 92 Eric Cantona. Now, you can see that fits nicely in a PSA slab. What's that about then? What's going on here? Where's the consistency, PSA? I knew this was going to fit in a normal slab. I knew it. I've seen it now. And you've given me this monstrosity. And a PSA 1, which is kind of harsh as well. That was a PSA 2. But what is this? Come on. Right, that's the card number 1, okay? I probably would never mentioned it if these two were not together. And this is no dig on Soccer Cards United. This is just me personally. And then the card next to it was a 1998 Merlin David Beckham Premier Gold. What's that then? That's not a 1998 David Beckham Premier League Gold, I hear you saying, Dan. No, it's not. PSA decided to put Kaka in mine, but the label says 1998 David Beckham. This wasn't even my card. So, yeah. Thanks, PSA. Knobheads. So that was that. That was just a little funny one to end the video. When I saw that, I thought I'll have to take a picture of that because I can get a segment out of that. And there you go, a little rant from me. You haven't heard a rant from me from a while. I feel like I've been quite positive. I've been uplifting, outgoing. I think it's because Pat Rip's back, and Pat Rip was missing for a while, and he brings the energy out of me. So and Joe as well. So that was pretty good. And then just to top off the weekend, we did go and see a massive win for Fulham. I probably should be wearing a Fulham shirt now. I've got this shirt. Well, to be honest, I just got out of bed, so this is not my usual get-up. If you invited me to a Christmas party, this wouldn't be what I was wearing. I don't know why I said Christmas party. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Obviously on my mind. Craven Cottage. I went there. Shout out to my uncle. Gave me my cousin's ticket. He's a season ticket holder. So it's, I'm a bit of an armchair fan, admittedly. It was my first game of the season. But massive win against Wolves. We won 3-2. Very, very happy with that. Let's not talk about VAR decisions, all right? Referee was phenomenal that night, okay? It was never a red card for Vinicius. So I don't know what you're talking about. Didn't see it, personally. But yeah, fantastic. I got to watch both Willian penalties, which is pretty cool. We were right behind the goal in the Hammersmith stand. Atmosphere is good. Atmosphere is good in the Hammersmith stand. I know the Wolves fans were going, oh, we didn't hear you. It's a library in there. You know, it doesn't help when you're the opposite stand and you're right next to the corporate seating, which brought our average season ticket up to $3,000. So yeah, thanks for that. And I've sat in that corporate seating, and yeah, okay, the leather seats are very nice, but the atmosphere is rubbish. So yeah, great game. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Up the Fulham. Come on, you Whites. And yeah. Brilliant game. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Fantastic weekend. Thank you to the London Card Show for sponsoring both videos as well. That's very much appreciated. It was always good to see everyone. The London Card Show is great because everyone goes to it from up north, from the Midlands, all the way to me that lives 15 minutes away. But it's good because it's that one show that kind of everyone decides to go to, and the social aspect of it, the pub afterwards, the trade night is always immaculate vibes, baby. That's what we like. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the first 2 videos as well. Next card show, I've got no idea. I know there's going to be Milton Keynes next year, which I'm going to try and get to. Southampton next year, I'm trying to get to. Obviously, I've dropped that I'm going to the National as well. So I've got to be careful about some of the northern shows I probably will miss. I want to try and get to the Yorkshire card show at some point. Probably not the one that's coming up because I think it's coming up soon. But yeah, Yorkshire card show, I've never been to that one. So I probably will try and, if I can, make it up there. And yeah. If you have enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Smash a like because that really, really helps with the algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to be a member to see behind the scenes card show content, box breaks, everything like that, mail days, click the link in the description. I've also got a free £10 on Whatnot. Again, links in the description. And I'll see you on the next Sports Cards UK video. Thanks very much.